YouTube, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel, V1 Simulations channel here. Again, we are in a London City airport in Great Britain or UK. Can I say Great Britain or is it UK? I'm not sure. I'm probably going to butcher a lot of things, but we're here for fun and an entertaining stream for sure. We're going to be taking a Royal Navy KingAir 350, one of the best GA props in the sim, I believe, right up there with the TBM. I think the TBM is definitely a little bit higher than the KingAir, but the KingAir is definitely in the discussion. We're going to take a Royal Navy KingAir, call sign Savior 6, up out of EGLC. We're going to head on a little IFR flight plan. Hopefully we'll be able to be released from that flight plan and do a little bit of low-level flying by the cliffs of Dover, and then we'll rejoin our arrival back into Southampton. Now, I do have the lovely EGLC, or London City Airport scenery. It's freaking fantastic. So I'm testing out a lot of new things, though, guys. I've never been on VATSIM before. This is my first ever VATSIM attempt. So this may end up such a cluster that I probably shouldn't have done VATSIM for this flight, but I figured, why not? Let's just give it a try. I may end up having to rage quit and disconnect. I think the wise and smart decision would have been to do VATSIM in an Airbus on just a regular airliner route. But since I'm not a very smart guy, I've decided to just, let's go ahead and do it in a KingAir, which I've never actually flown this model of KingAir in a country I've never flown in, out of an airport that I've never been to either. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Peely UK, what's going on, man? Carta Joel, how's it going, man? Chris, Wojtek CVR in the house. Dimitri, what's going on, bud? Tim Simmering, what's going on? Dougal McTavish, good to see you here, bud. Alim Ahmed, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Pitch Power and Bank, how's it going, man? I know you've been looking for some KingAir action, so we'll be bringing that to you right now. So I just love the scenery that ORBX has for the UK. I mean, it's freaking awesome. So, all right. I hear the KingAir can fly at 300. Yes, it can, Lauren. So, all right, let's get this started. I am connected to the VATSIM network. What I'm going to do is get everything set up here, and then I'm just going to treat it kind of like Pilot Edge, and we're going to have to wing it. So I'll probably be looking for some help from you guys on, maybe I have some questions here and there, but I think I've got the gist of it. I guess the only thing I really need to know, Aquarius has become a member. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for joining the channel. Positive rates in chat for you, Aquarius. Exclamation point, welcome for some more information on your new perks. But welcome, Aquarius. All right, let's get this thing started, shall we? So we're going to hop in here to the KingAir. I am using a new overlay from Sim Toolkit Pro. I'm loving the Sim Toolkit Pro plugin. It's fantastic. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with it. I've got it linked to my charts and Navigraph, and there's still a lot I need to learn, but I think I'm getting a handle on it. So I do want to go to the live map. I may end up... Oh, wow, there's a lot of aircraft here. I may end up... What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, well. Yeah, I was just looking at the live map, and there's quite a few airplanes out there, so wow. All right. Did I get enough rest from the 7-hour stream? I don't think so, man. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I did. That was a blast. You guys that hung around on the 7-hour stream, that was freaking awesome. It was fantastic. That was a fun approach coming in here. As I do this, I'm going to kind of pre-flight the airplane. We're going to get all the remove before flight things off, and the... We'll undo the tie downs, and we'll leave the door open, and we'll go ahead and remove the wheel chocks from now. Magnus, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining the channel. Positive rates and chats for you as well. Exclamation point, welcome for some more information on your new perks. Thank you, Magnus. Welcome. But that approach, guys, into here after 7 hours, I got to say, that was a heck of a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed it. We almost went off the end of the runway for sure. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the external power while we wait here. I think I'm going to have to adjust fuel loading. So let's do a fuel load here. So my sim brief is telling me I'm finally using it. Finally using the sim brief. Uh-oh, but now I need to figure out how to get back to my information. Flight summary. There we go. Cool. So we need 1136 on the fuel, just about. We'll take 1,200 pounds. So let's go ahead and load this puppy up here. We're going to take... Oh, that's the aux tank. Whoops. We should be able to take right about 5... Let's take 600 aside. Oh, that's close enough. 593. 3/4 weight. There's our max. Everything looks good there. We're below... Everything is in the green here. Total weight 11.3. Beautiful. Got our passengers loaded up. We'll apply those load settings and go ahead and get rid of that. When did I do a 7-hour stream, Rose Jackson? It was for the 7K sub special when we flew from John F. Kennedy to London City. It was great, guys. Everyone that hung out, that was fantastic. I was surprised. I honestly, well, I guess I don't need to turn that on. But I was shocked at the amount of, that's what's on the avionics, at the amount of people that tuned in for the landing. It was 4:30 in the morning for you guys in London and just all over the world. I can't imagine different time zones. But it was a heck of a lot of fun. Paul, you said you watched it at work today. Think of purchasing an Airbus. Which is the best one to start with? I would look at your system first, Paul. Like if you have a pretty strong system, then entertain the flight factor. But if you have maybe a little bit of a weaker system, the towless Airbuses perform much better than, let's say, the flight factor, just on performance-wise for your PC. So that's something to consider. All right, we'll go ahead and load up a flight plan here. We're going to do EGLC to EGHI. Departure, we're going to depart off of 27 on the Inika 1 Alpha. Execute, legs, all the way to Inikv, and then direct to LYD. So hopefully before LYD, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do before LYD is... I don't know if VATSIM will let me do this. What do you guys think? Will they let me break off from an IFR flight plan and fly VFR or get like a special flight down over the cliffs of Dover? I don't know if they're cool about that or what the deal is. So if they won't let me, I'll probably just disconnect from the network. This might not have been the best flight to try VATSIM on, but I figured, hey, everyone's at home. Some guys were asking for it. Why not give it a shot? So, all right. So after LYD, we're going to pick up the Mike 189. Mike 189 to Wafu intersection. From Wafu, it's direct to Notgi. And then direct EGHI. So I'm going to just leave that in there for now. Notgi, and then we'll put in the... I don't know if that's necessarily right. Oops. I don't know if what that did there. This FMC is a little bit weird for me. EGHI. There we go. Perfect. Direct Notgi, direct Southampton. Perfect. That is in the box. If you want to fly to Sweden, use Ortho source. All right. We'll check it out when we get up there. We'll check it out there. Congrats. Thank you, Rose. Appreciate it. All right. Yes, they will let me deviate. All right. Cool. Even better. So what we need to do now is turn on our radios. And I really need to get a radio stack because flying without a radio stack is definitely challenging. We're going to go ahead and turn that on. Volumes are no. I'm going to do autocom. I don't know what that does. We'll set that. I know I was reading the departure and there is a hard altitude of 3,000. I'm just going to set that while my mouse is there. All right. So this is another question I have here. So if I'm in EGLC and I'm looking at the centers, or I'm sorry, at the towers, there is nobody online for clearance delivery for this airport. Do I call, let's say, Heathrow, or do I pick it up with London Center after departure? I'm going to check the charts, make sure there is nothing on there. Aircraft stations. All right, so let's go to the actual airport page. I guess that's the 40-9. Yeah, city ground 2183. That's not a frequency that's active, so I guess I don't know if you pick it up with someone else or whatnot. Dougal says one of those British Airways is me in a V1 Sim livery. That's awesome, Dougal. You're sitting out there on the ramp? Freaking sweet, man. So yeah, I've never done this VATSIM thing before. So, oh, this must be Dougal right here. There you go. I don't think you have landing gear, but that's probably something that I did wrong. I just did the Bluebell CSLs. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's cool, man. It's cool to see other people flying around. I contact center. All right, I'll just contact center then. That's kind of what I figured. Treat it like an uncontrolled airport, right? So we're over here. We're going to end up having a taxi to 27 most likely. Let's review our departure procedure before we blast off out of here, especially in the KingAir. I'm sitting on ground power, so we can leave all the avionics on. It's not going to be a big deal. Let's see. Departure procedure. Unica 1 Alpha. We're going to depart off 27, 210 knots, about above 1100. 3000 is the hard altitude restriction. That is totally fine. We're going to meet all of that. Max 250, we'll definitely be below that. Transition altitude is at 6,000. I filed this at 5,000, so we should be good for that. So all I really need to know is... yeah, that's pretty much it there. We're going to make we'll make the clearances, the ground speed climb out there, not a problem. We'll be able to rocket out of here. Use VATS ATC to look at frequencies. I'm using the XPilot plugin, so it has all the nearby controllers and frequencies on the plugin itself. I don't know if I need an extra one. Daniel Smith says contact London Center Control. Okay. All right. I kind of was figuring if the airport didn't have it, you would just treat it like a non-towered airport and contact the center controller. So that's what we'll do. If they tell me off, I mean, whatever. I mean, I can't make everybody happy. So our departure procedure looks good. We'll verify that after we get everything else started. So we're going to call center. London Center, 2782. This ought to be interesting, guys. My first ever contact, other than a... I don't hear anything, though. We got to make sure we hear. Let's see. I'm getting... oh, I found a problem. My track IR toggle is the same as my push to talk, so we got to change that real quick here. We got to change that.
United 42, correction, United 82, sorry, D7 flight level 140.
Descent flight level 140, United 82.
We're going to go ahead and just... how do I clear that? Is there a way to just clear that? Maybe I'll do contact ATC. Let's see. I'll just make it contact ATC as well. All right, cool. All right, good to go. Funya says VATSIM controllers are usually helpful. We'll find out, man. I hope so. I hope so, because I'm going to need some help. But I don't expect special treatment. If I screw up, I mean, they should rattle me, but we'll see. This is all brought on myself because I should be doing it in an airplane on a route that I'm familiar with, but I'm all about having fun. Before we do that, let's get rid of some of these trucks here. We no longer need fuel truck. You can go away. We'll go ahead and close up the door. Nah, we'll leave the door open for air conditioning right now. So, all right, we'll give them a control. Oh, hold on. I do need a pen because I have no idea what I'm in for. So let me get a pen real quick. All right, so for all you guys who are nervous about getting on a network, this might help you in your confidence because I literally have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it first time for you live on stream. So here we go. Oh, type do nothing. Is that what it is? That's what I think I wanted that to be. Do nothing. Ah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Done. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, what are we? We're Savior 6, Royal Navy. KingAir going to Southampton. The hardest part for me is remembering all these airports, man. London Control, good evening. Savior 6, like to pick up IFR clearance to Southampton.
The station on the ground at London City. Contact London Control 135.8.
35.8, thanks. 135.8. All right, so I picked the wrong center control already.
You've passed your level again. It would be really great if you would follow the ATC instructions. Contact London 127.825.
Wow, that is really loud. That's really loud. I apologize. I know, guys. I'm going to try to turn it down for you. Woo! London Control, good evening. Savior 6, like to pick up IFR clearance to Southampton.
Savior 6, hello, clearances to Southampton. ECNIV 1 Alpha off 27, and squawk code for you will be 3376.
I was walking 3376 on the Anika 1 Alpha for Savior 6.
LM53 Golf, contact Heathrow Director 119725.
All right. Now, that's pretty simple. They just give you the route or the departure. I can handle that. Let's not squawk 7,000. We're going to squawk 3376.
Flight level 180, turn left, heading 080 degrees.
3376. And I'll put it on. I won't put it on altitude yet. I don't know if I need to put it on altitude or whatnot. So, all right, we got our clearance. We're going on the Anika 1 Alpha. We're pretty much ready to go, guys. So all I'm going to do now is we're going to fire up the airplane. My favorite part, we got the windows open. I'm going to do a battery start. So we'll go ahead and turn our avionics off, external power off, and I'm going to disconnect the ground power. And I'm doing this just because I like the sounds, guys. I mean, I could do a GPU start, but it just sounds better from cold and dark. So we've got our beacon light on, nav light on, battery switch is... Battery switch is on. Okay, that was weird. I couldn't see that was on. Battery switch is on. Idle, forward, cutoff for the fuel, and environmentals, bleeds, they are all off. That looks good. We are clear, right? Let's go ahead and fire it up. Gosh, listen to that sound. Make sure the parking brake is set. Looking for 50%. There's 45, 50%. Starter cutout, inverter on. ITT rollback on and reset on the gen. We've got good power there. Let's go high idle. And let's go ahead and start engine 1. Rotation. There's 10%. Light off. ITT rise. %, starter cutout. ITT roll back. Inverter. Generator on. Reset. And back to low idle. All right, we'll go ahead and turn the avionics on. Close up the windows. While this realigns itself here.
Speedbird 918, contact London.
Let me let my dog out of the room.
6, goodbye.
132.6, Speedbird 918, thanks for the service. See you next time.
KLM 1027, speed 270 knots, descend to flight level 90.
My dog was hidden under the blankets, and when I closed up the shop, I didn't see her there.
London Control, KLM 1037,
Right. They are really loud.
Speed 280. KLM 1027, goedenavond, descend to flight level 130. That's level 130, KLM 1027,
Okay, that doesn't really work for volume.
Flight level 120.
I gotta figure out how to turn their volume down, because that is way loud.
Ryder 7 Foxtrot uniform negative, climb flight level 120.
Output volume. apply.
Easy 720, welcome back.
I don't think that works though when it's working. Man, that's so loud. All right, we're spooling up there.
Yeah, it's a bit inconvenient, but we can live with it.
I'm waiting for my...
Speedbird 12, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1025.
There it is, all
Descend to
along.
altitude 4,000 feet, Greenwich 1025,
Easy 52 Bravo Echo, report heading to London 132.6, goodbye.
132.6, thank you, easy 52 Bravo Echo.
KLM 1027, reduce speed 220 knots, then descend to flight level 80.
220 knots, then descend flight level 80 for the KLM 1027.
Runway 7 Foxtrot, you full contact London.
All right, we are good to go there. Let's go ahead and pull up our autopilot panel. Oops, wrong one. Oh. We're going to change this to FMS, which is still aligning. No, it's not. There we go. FMS off 27. Spin the heading bug around. What breed of dog do I have, Rose? I've got two beagles. Two beagles. Alright, so we've got that's all set up there. Altitude's at 3,000 is set. Did I pre-file? I filed it on... I pre-filed it. I pre-filed it, Funyun. Alright, so everything else looks pretty good there, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let's go ahead and finish this up. Oxygen not on.
Climb now to altitude, correction to flight level 90.
Alright, and flight plan page over here.
90, nice Air Force.
Actually, I'll put down the waves page. There we go.
220 knots, then descend to flight level 100. Reduce speed 220, then descend to flight 100, KLM 1037.
There we go.
720, are you able to route direct to Barclay Bravo?
Leaders on, auto feathers off, that everything looks good now. Alright. We are good to go. Let's do a quick little checklist situation here. We don't need to check all the bus stuff, but we know we've got electrical power. That looks good.
Speedbird 12, turn right heading
Inverters
to
on, FMS is set, EFIS power on, flaps up, exterior lights as required. Flights and instruments. Cabin lights as required, furnishing switches, blah blah blah. Everything else is look good. Before run up, we're going to skip all that. We're pretty much proficient with that part. I do need to figure out why are they so loud. Are they loud for you guys? It's like almost deafening in my headset when I hear them speak over the radio.
London, easy 2086, with you climbing flute.
And I've got the volumes turned down here.
600 feet.
Oh, maybe I do now.
2086, Roger, did you hear the United call in before you?
I don't know. I guess we'll just have to live with it for now.
Okie dokie, so, standby break, United 82, good evening, Heathrow landing 27 left.
Alright, so London Center.
Sorry, is that here for United 82? United 82, 27 left.
Man.
7 left, Roger, United 82. Easy 720, contact A6120.
Daniel Smith says just a warning, sometimes the voice will completely glitch out and destroy your ear. Ah. Funyun says use VATSIM 22.8 when uncontrolled airspace. So would that refer to me here on the ground at EGLC, or would I use just a tower freak? So if there's no tower for London City right now, so I would assume that I just use the regular 22.8 Unicom. Let's the 22.8 in there, and then our departure procedure is here, and they don't have a departure frequency? Why don't I have a departure frequency? Am I blind? Let me take a quick look at this real quick here. The 40-9. Oops. Noise abatement, we know that. I know that's for arrival. I already looked at it. We can get rid of that page. You can turn down... I've turned it down in settings, but... Alright, use 122.8 until the airport, until clear for departure. Alright, 22.8. We'll use that. We'll taxi out. And we're going to taxi out via... Charlie Delta. We'll go out via Echo, and then we got to backtrack. So we'll call Unicom now. London City Center, Saviors, or London City Airport, Savior 6 will be taxiing to 27 via Kilo and backtrack on 27. I guess it's London City traffic. All right, lights coming on. Let's move. Taxi clearance through London Control. Ah, I thought it was like a hierarchy, Carta. If no ground or approach, goes to London Control, top down. I guess I can always ask them, 33.8.
Easy 180 Romeo, contact S6120.625. Goodbye.
I'll ask.
Goodbye, 120.65, easy 180 Romeo.
Roadrunner 19 Echo, contact London 118.475.
Let's go ahead and move up here a little bit, though.
118.475, Roadrunner 19 Echo, bye-bye.
Speedbird 12, runway 26 left, cleared to land, service decoration. When established on the localizer, descent on the glide path.
Alright, get taxi from London Control, we'll do it. We'll hold short here.
Speedbird 12, sorry, my mistake, you are not cleared to land. On this heading, join the localizer. When established, descent.
Man, it is busy on this. Wow.
Okay, not clear to land. When established, descent to the glide path. Or Speedbird 12.
Trans 37026 left.
Is there a stand number or anything for this? I guess we're on the GA apron. We'll just call it GA apron.
Trans 370.
London Control, Savior 6, ready to taxi from London City to 27. We're at the GA ramp.
Okay, we got 2 at once. I've got the shuttle 19 Bravo Tango,
Whoops.
27 left with no delay.
27 left, no delay, shuttle 19 Bravo Tango.
Savior 6, taxi via Delta, enter 27, backtrack, line up and all ready for departure.
Alright, taxi 27 via Delta, backtrackable, advise ready, Savior 6.
ICF 471.
Alright, here we go. If you guys don't know, Savior 6 is actually a medevac call sign from the Royal Navy. So we are in the Royal Navy livery. We're going to go at Delta, so we're going to stay on the inboard here. We'll join 27 and then we'll backtrack.
Heading to London 12782.
I feel better. Oh, also, check this out. I got my beta buttons bound. So if you guys haven't been flying the KingAir, the beta position on the throttle quadrant is really what's going to keep you from riding the brakes on taxi. And essentially what's happening is when you go into beta mode, Randcool coming in with a $10 bomb. He says, after VATS and poundage will be like a sackcloth and ashes. Thank you, Randcool. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for your support on the channel, Randcool. Really appreciate that. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Control, good evening. Fly 39 Papa.
I just got to figure out the volume,
and
then I think I'll really enjoy it. But what I was saying about the beta is it will make your props go to a fine pitch, so you're not always creating forward thrust. And if you're always creating forward thrust in the KingAir, especially at a light load like we are, we only have 1,100 pounds of fuel on board and 2/3 load, you're going to be, you'll go 60 knots down the taxiway. So put your props into beta will allow you to not ride the brakes. Plus, it sounds freaking cool. Like, I'll open the windows. Listen to that. That's full beta right there. That's almost a flat pitch. I'm not even touching the brakes. Look how slow the airplane is. Let the props come forward. It's essentially a very simplistic way of explaining it is a very limited reverse.
119.725, yeah,
Rose Jackson says this is London and peacetime. Try rush hour. Oh, I bet. I think I just feel a little bit out of place because, like I said, I'm in the KingAir, and it just doesn't feel right. I'd feel much more confident on an airplane that I was more proficient in. But I want to fly low level. We also need to do, I forgot a bunch of stuff here. We also got to get our weather. Let's take a quick look at the briefing here. I know it is 250 at 7. Altimeter is 1025. Oops. Here's Delta on the left, 1025. And we are cleared to taxi on to 27, so we'll go ahead and light it up. I know the UK has a thing with ice lights, so we'll leave the ice lights off. Turn the strobe lights on though. Increase our visibility as we enter the taxiway here.
Easy 286, where did you send it to me?
Oh, I do have track IR. I have to have track IR for this stream, guys, just because the KingAir is so much easier to fly
Okay, I'll take a look
with
for now, fly heading 27.
with a visual queuing system like track IR or something like that. So track IR is what I use, and I just so much easier when I have it. Sometimes the stream may not look as sharp, and I'll try to pause it when I can, but...
Approved, fly 39 Papa.
X-Pilot settings, so I've got it in settings, and I keep turning it down.
Start approved, fly 7021.
Apply, okay. Oh wait, oh that sounds better. I think I just had to move it way more.
6 after the departure, climb to maintain altitude 3,000 feet.
After departure, we'll maintain 3,000, save your 6. Alright, after departure...
On turn around, runway 27, clear for takeoff, service wind 260 degrees 8 knots.
Alright, on turn around, we're clear for takeoff, 27, save your 6. Alright, so we already cleared us for takeoff. That's one thing that's so strange, but realistic. I know a lot of other countries, especially, I haven't flown in Europe, but I know when you go down South American stuff, you'll get clearances. Well, they'll clear you for takeoff, where in the States, you would never get that clearance. I mean, I've had clearances where they say, after the landing 737, you're cleared for takeoff. So, a lot of conditional clearances, and that's the same here in Europe. So, he's already cleared me for takeoff upon turnaround, which, I mean, it's pretty rare you'd hear that anywhere in the States.
119.725, cheers.
Philip, what's going on, man? Look at Philip got the 6-month badge as well. Good evening. College campus is closed due to coronavirus. Now I'm back home flying the bus. Excellent, man. I was going to do an airliner out of London City. We'll be back into London City for sure before we leave. But I just thought, you know, let's take a break from the jets for a minute. Let's do a little prop flying around here.
370, descent to altitude 4,000 feet to Gatwick QNH 1025.
Alright, we can spin it around here. We don't need to take the little roundabout thing that they have. We're at KingAir. So I'm going to do is I'm going to go beta left. We got plenty of runway here. Split my props. Frames a little bit tanky there as I made the turn. Alright, we're cleared for takeoff. He already cleared us takeoff 3,000. Before I do that though, we'll do one last check here. I'm going to turn the autopilot on much sooner on departure though, guys, because I want to be able to look at the scenery, so that's why. But everything else looks good. We're cleared for takeoff. We got to make sure our trim is set, which it wasn't. I didn't set that. As we get ready for takeoff, we'll do that. Auto feather comes on. We're going to turn all recog lights on. Tail flood is on. Hot 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is good. Oh, my ears. Alright, let's do this. We're clear for takeoff 3,000 feet. You guys ready? Ooh, buddy.
Second for 103.
Let those props stabilize. Auto feather is armed. $80 knots. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
Easy 2086.
Oh, yes. Alright. I want to be looking around, so we're going to go nav, IAS hold, autopilot, yaw damper. And altitude is armed for 3,000, so that looks good. They want us climbing, so we're going to climb. Look at that. Oh, yes. The River Thames?
2086, report you're heading to London 127 at December 1. Goodbye.
2 for 3,000, there's 1,000 feet. Did he give me a departure frequency? I think I totally forgot it.
You can refile it and he'll pick it up.
Oh no! And London control for Savior 6. What was that departure frequency again?
Savior 6 sits with me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Savior 6, we're level at 3,000 in Echo 1.
Savior 6, Roger.
Alright, we're leveling 3,000. Here we go. We don't want to overspeed this situation either. We're going to bring the props back.
Savior 6, disregard the text message.
Roger that, Savior 6. Props are going to come back down now.
Flyer 39 Papa via Echo, enter 27, backtrack, line up and report.
Props coming back to 1600. I'm going to keep it slow because I want to enjoy some of the scenery here as well as flying.
Under control, hello, speedbird 946. Speedbird 946,
Look at that, guys, huh?
with you passing 5,500 feet, good evening. Speedbird 946.
I don't know why I've got this weird contrail thing going on.
I don't you have climb flight level 140, speedbird 946.
Got that Royal Navy livery. Gotta love it. Oh, this plane is so fast. We're gonna bring back the torque even more. Let's bring it back to 55. Right about 200 knots. Gears up, flaps are up.
Under control, shuttle 8 Sierra and lat 1 Foxtrot departure, passing to correction 4,000.
Go ahead, kill the auto. Actually, I think Phantom was telling me you keep the auto ignitions or the arm. They keep them armed in the KingAir 350. All right, we're level 3,000 now. Let's see where we are. We're headed to Lima Charlie November 06, max 3,250. Perfect, 220 knots. That's a thing of beauty, ladies and gentlemen. Fly dude, what's going on? Finally someone flying a turboprop? Yes, sir. Philip says, I'm already loving the stream. Definitely something different in a very good way. Excellent, man. I appreciate it, guys. I'm sorry I'm not super active in chat. I think I'll be better now. I feel a little bit better now that we're airborne. Call me maintain 5,000, Savior 6. That's affirmative. Alright, we're going to do 5,000 foot, and then I'm just going to do, I'm going to do an IAS hold, and then we're just going to bump the torque a little bit here. Bring it up to about, do about 78 or 80% torque is good. Altitude armed, IAS hold, trims in motion, and we are climbing up to 5,000 is set. There's 0.7 from 06, looking good. So, oh my goodness. Let me turn the settings down. I'm sorry guys, I can barely hear myself think. Apply. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like a little out of place.
1033 descending 80.
We're doing good now. We're doing good. What is the best live map for X-Plane? Gaming Murphy. So I don't know what the best necessarily is, but I will tell you I am playing around with Sim Toolkit Pro, and I'm loving it right now. I'm loving Sim Toolkit Pro. Let's go ahead and bump it up to 90. Let's keep torquing. Only 1,000 feet to go. Max Rank, what's going on? Down to so awesome. Went to school in this city. Excellent, man.
Stop 236 kilo, go ahead. 236 kilo, turn right, heading 250 degrees.
Jeremy Harvey says, I love hearing a bit busy frequency. It feels way more accurate. Yeah, man. Like I said, this is pretty cool. I'm really enjoying the amount of traffic right now. That is a definite change from Pilot Edge that I'm not used to. But I love it. I mean, so far, this has been a pretty seamless. That's the bourbon for you right there. It's a pretty seamless experience so far. The only hiccup I think I have is the audio for my ears, and I hope it's just mine. I hope you guys aren't. It's not deafening you guys. All right, we're 5,000. Landing lights coming off. Taxi lights off. Recogs off. I want to enjoy this flight here, so we're going to set torque about 65. We'll go ahead and kill the auto feather. Actually, you know, at 5,000 feet, you might want to keep the auto feather on, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. That would be something I'd have to ask Phantom 320. He's in the Discord, guys. Phantom 320, he is a KingAir 350 pilot himself as well. So not only has he flown the Airbus, but he's typed in the 350, which is one that I'm not typed in. I flew very small versions of the KingAir 350. So there's a lot of similarities, but there is, I would be lying if I said it's the same, because the 350 is a true beast in the KingAir series. All right, we're level 5. We can enjoy some scenery now. Man, I love this ORBX South, man. X-Plane 1972, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. It says, congrats on the interview. Listen to it again. It was great. XP, thank you for reminding me, man. I took a listen to it as well. It was a great, it was definitely a great podcast. I'll be putting a link in the description or also on the Discord of the podcast. I don't know, Cosmic, if you're still here, man. I think I gave you the link. But I did a podcast for Threshold X. X-Plane 1972 invited me on, and I had a really great time talking about all things X-Plane and real-life aviation as well. So if you haven't already, I mean, definitely give it a listen. I had a great time, man. And if you haven't already, check out XP1972. He's another great content creator out there on the tubes of you. Dimitri, what's going on, man? I literally can't fly the sim without Sim Toolkit Pro anymore. Dimitri, I'm beginning to feel that way, man. I love Sim Toolkit Pro. Whoever, was it Andre? I don't know if you're here or not, man, but somebody posted about it, said, hey, man, you should try this. And I was having some issues with the overlay on Project Fly, having to reset it and everything. So, thank you for that, Patrick. Welcome. So, I was entertaining a new overlay system, and then I got into Sim Toolkit Pro, and it does so much more than just overlays. So I totally agree with you, Dimitri. I'm enjoying Sim Toolkit Pro a big time. I'm going to put, I hope this doesn't mess up, I'm going to put my OBS into performance mode. There we go. That will save some resources on my PC. And I'm going to hop outside now. The only thing is the audio when I hop outside. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. Oof. Jeremy Harvey, what's up, man? He says, while you're at work, do you ever put ATC on your overhead speakers to convenience? Oh, all the time, man. Out of 18,000 feet. We call it topless. Out of 18,000, which is our transition, we put the speakers on, use the hand mic. Dougal says, subjective, but in my opinion, Swift Count will give you better experience on Vincent. Really? I just didn't know how to set up Swift, man. X-Pilot seemed much more simple to set up. So that's kind of why I went with the X-Pilot. Man, look at that water there. Oh, freaking loving this so far. Blue Mac became a member. Blue Mac, what's up, man? Positive rates in chat. Exclamation point, welcome. Thank you so much for that, man. Welcome on board, Blue Mac. Funny, it says, I feel bad for Project Fly because the STKP is going to obliterate the company. Dude, I was a big fan of Project Fly. You guys know I have the whole, my repo pilots and stuff. But I've had plenty of issues with Project Fly myself. And getting into Sim Toolkit Pro it's a lot to digest because there is so much information. But let me tell you, it is fantastic. All right, we're going to have to figure out where we are here. I'm going to go maps, and I'm going to see if they'll give me a vector or...
London low speed for 39 Alpha Foxtrot, flight level 146 for 130.
I bet I have to just cancel and go VFR. Because I believe we're going to be headed off to LYD soon. Actually, we're still good. We're going to make a slight left turn here. Here comes the left turn. Let's see what the heading is, and I'm going to offset left. Now, I don't know if there's a... I wonder if he'll let me violate airspace. I'm pretty sure there's some airspace over there, but since I am a Royal Navy aircraft, maybe he'll let me into it. Yes, Peely UK, this is ORBX South, man. So I've noticed this too with the rock and roll left. I don't know if it's trying to find out the wind situation, but it does rock back and forth a little bit, left and right. You guys notice that? Wow, look at that though, huh?
Speedbird 89 Bravo, hello, Roger, no delay for 27 left.
I'm gonna ask him for a clearance. How do I word this clearance for a military? London Control, Savior 6 request. I'm going to tell them for mission purposes, request a vector 120 overfly Cliffs of Dover, and then rejoin back at, what's that fix? Lima Yankee Delta, I believe, is the fix. Let's take a look at our flight plan. Yeah, Lima Yankee Delta. I'm going to go ahead and pull the thrust back here, or the throttles back even more now. Power levers, I should say. Yeah, Savior 6 would like to request a heading of a 130 for mission purposes, overfly Cliffs of Dover, then rejoin direct to Lima Yankee Delta. Roger, proceed on course, Savior 6, thank you. Alright. Dude, this guy is kick-ass, man. This guy, I'm liking this. I'm liking this controller. So what we need to do is go heading mode. See, I'm out of practice with the KingAir. I'm gonna go ahead and select heading. We're gonna come left about 130. Heading altitude, everything still looks good there. Is my yaw damper not on? Maybe that's why. Yaw damper engaged. D. Michael says, would you please repeat where you find? Yes, let me post it for you guys right now. I apologize. I just was handed the link myself today, and it was fantastic. Let me go ahead and pull it up for you guys.
We are about 5 miles.
I will, or I don't. I hope I'm allowed to. Yeah, it's public, right? So I don't know if it was released officially yet or not, but here it is, guys. Go ahead, check it out. That is the podcast that X-Plane 1972 invited me on, and we talked all things aviation, flight sim. It was a blast. I really enjoyed it. All right, let's hop outside a little bit. I'm going to get further away from the airplane so I can hear myself. Oh yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly... we need to fly further left. I'm going to set the heading by a little bit more left. About 120 for the wind. Let's take a look. Yeah, Dover's over here, so we need to fly, we need to fly about 110 actually. And we'll bump the thrust up a little bit. Power levers, sorry. Let's try 65 torque there. Oh, you know what? We can also get prop sync on. Get rid of that. Hopefully that will get us more towards Dover. Perfect. Gosh, look at that. I love it. Dimitri says, I did some research and it turns out those sea wind farms that X-Europe is rendering are real. They are at the Shoal and... Ah! You know, Dimitri, so after that stream, I got on TeamSpeak with some of my buddies, and they all, they live in the UK, and they said, yeah, it is real, and they're tethered kind of together. So that was interesting. I had no idea those even existed.
Flight level 80, Spirit 89, Bravo.
Pilot Boy says, hey Cap, why does autopilot change modes when 1,000 foot on RNAV approach pushing on is off? Is this normal behavior? Are you talking about in the Airbus, Pilot Boy? Your autopilot is changing modes at 1,000 feet on an RNAV. It should not be. It shouldn't be. So that doesn't seem normal. And there might be something set up improper or not correct in your approach there. I don't know what would be causing it to revert. Zatsi says, oh hey V1, I have started a project on Helsinki Airport. Excellent, man. Milltown, how's it going? Welcome. He says, awesome, some prop flying today. Excellent. I think we need to do a flyby view. You guys ready for this? Oh. Yep. Oops, wrong button. Just loaded in all the airports. Woo. Alright, so the Dover's over there. I mean, he doesn't seem to be, I'm gonna just sneak a little bit more left. I don't think he really gave me a restriction, so... He just said proceed as requested. It's definitely off on my heading there. Thank you, Marquito, for the subscription, man. Welcome aboard, my friend. So there's the Port of Dover over there. Or, I'm sorry, Cliffs of Dover. Michael says, I found an old photo of US Air 321 I took years ago at Philly. Posted. Michael, excellent, man. I'll have a look at it. I do miss that old US Air paint job, man. Pilot Boy, yes on an Airbus. All right, man. So, yeah, that is not normal behavior, Pilot Boy. What mode is it reverting to? You should go to altitude final mode. That should be your final capture. It should say alt final. Oh, wait a second. You're talking about on the descent down. When you hit your MDA, does it disconnect? I need a little bit more information. Matthew Gutt said, I built my first PC yesterday, and I can finally run X-Plane 40 FPS from previous 12. Awesome, man. Definitely a game changer when you can run it. It's a little bit smoother. We have nice little clouds in the way there. Jimmy Harvey says legendary flyby sounds. I agree, man. It sounds fantastic. Which maybe has FTP mode engaged? Possibly. Aleem says, I'll try to catch up on the TBM. All right, man. Give it a full send, dude. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to request lower.
Speed of 399 Foxtrot, what do you want us to do after Willow?
So we're going to make a left turn here. We're kind of orbit around here. I'm going to get down a little bit lower. No, we're not going to see the Cliffs of Dover because of the clouds. Typical UK though, huh?
Speed of 399 Foxtrot, what would you like us to do?
What frequency? I am on 35.8. Matthew Gutt, you passed your CFI check ride. Congratulations, man. Excellent job, dude.
126.825, speed of 399 Foxtrot, bye.
That's awesome, man. The CFI check ride is the hardest one to pass for sure. So that's fantastic that you got that done, man. Congratulations. That should be a big load off, huh? Now you finally get paid to fly too, right? That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. Maybe we won't need lower. We might be able to see as soon as we get past this cloud right here. Maybe not.
150.558. Charlie Oscar Mike Alpha.
Well, there they are. We'll make a right turn back around. Oh, that's cool. So we're going to make our right turn all the way back around. I'm going to slow down here. Oh! We're going to turn it back around all the way. Hopefully we'll be able to see some more on the other side of this cloud here. Will Divvy says, will you make a video about lat long crossing increase, lat long crossing restrictions in the fixed info page? Yeah, well, there's more fixed info stuff for you guys. I recorded some today. I'll be putting out, I'm trying to save my recorded videos for, hold on, I just missed my break on the radio. I'm trying to save the videos for when I'm off at work so I can upload them when I'm not around you guys. Hey, a lot of control, Savior 6, request 3,000.
Savior 60, center altitude 3,000 feet, leaving controlled airspace by descent. It's a fix service.
Center Virgin 157, have you with you at 6,000. I have a mode C problem with my transponder.
Savior 60, center altitude 3,000 feet to traffic service.
Alright, just let it maintain 3,000, Savior 6. I think he got cut off there, but essentially he said that I'm going to be out of radar contact essentially. We'll do a vertical speed descent. Actually, you know what, we'll do an IIS descent. IIS hold, idle thrust. That'll help us come down a little bit. Altitude arm 3000, because we got to see the cliffs, man. We flew out here to see the cliffs. I want to see cliffs.
Speedbird 40 Romeo descent, flight level 80.
2,000 foot per minute descent.
Descent flight level 80, speedbird.
There they are, just barely.
London, hello, Eurowings 90901, passing.
We'll increase our rate of descent a little bit.
Spark 7 Foxtrot departure.
Actually, we're 1,000 feet to go. If we can't see them at 3,000, we might be out of luck. But I'll do another 360 here.
Eurowings 991.
Thousands died defending those cliffs. Absolutely, Dimitri. There is a lot of history behind the cliffs of Dover. And I was doing a little tour with my friend Cosmic Dougal, and you might see him in chat. He was giving me kind of the historical breakdown of the cliffs of Dover. And there's a lot of history here, guys. Big old port right here. From what I understand, they do a lot of cars going across the channel. We're leveling 3,000. Look at that shot, though. That is cool. Screenshot.
London, ED492 with you. Passing 4,000 for 5,000.
Will Divvy says, thanks. I was doing a flight across the Atlantic with Toll Street 301. Didn't know how to use it.
Hello, London, control squawk, identified now, flight number 120.
I must have missed the comment, man.
Squawk guidance.
Alright, we're down below here. This is now we're behind the clouds. Beautiful. That's the idle thrust warning. That means we need to do not stall.
Director 19725, Speedbird 40 Romeo, bye-bye.
Scandinavia 2185, contact.
I'm using a lot of autopilot because I want to enjoy these views. This will be perfect when we make our turn back around southbound now, or I'm sorry, westbound. We'll do one more low pass here to the right, and then we are gonna be direct to LYYD and off to Southampton.
Center Virgin 157 Heavy. I'm on mode Charlie now. Do you see on the
Wow, water on your GPU is amazing. Rand, thank you. I appreciate it, man. That is courtesy of Dimitri. He got me all set up with that water lure. Here comes that flyby shot. Oh.
Subscriber ahead.
Sir, Virgin 157 Heavy, did you give me a new squad code or?
Thank you for subscribing, Airman Marshall. Or Aaron Marshall, sorry. Alright, this is going to be perfect. Oh, that's a good screenshot right there. We're going to be 3,000 right along the cliffs. This is going to be an epic shot here. We're going to set a heading now 090, come all the way around. Or actually, sorry, 150, not 090.
140, Virgin 157 Heavy.
This is cool. I love ORBX. I mean, this is awesome. I love flying jets, and you know how much I love Airbus and airliners, but being able to do something like this is a heck of a lot of fun too. And I mean, you can't really find a better airplane to do this in than the KingAir. Look at the texturing on this airplane. The wings, big fat Hershey bar wing out there. I love it. Nope, it looks like we need to come further, right? About 220. Then we'll pick up direct LYYD. And I don't know if I have to pick up another clearance if I went out of radar contact. It sounded like he was going to make me squawk VFR, but then he got cut off, and then he just said descend and maintain 3,000.
360, easy for answer.
Wow. Look at that. All right, we're going to fly south over the port and then head back down to Southampton. Oh, that water and that KingAir. Here's a flyby shot. This is straight juice all the way around here. And those sounds. Second to none. Look at that. Right under the clouds. I love it. This is just a fun stream, man. Just chilling, having some fun, some VFR. I guess technically not VFR. Alright, let's give him a call, see if he can get us back to LYYD. We're just about 5 miles south of Dover. Hey, Atlanta Control, Savior 6, orbit is complete. Like to request 5,000, then back direct to Lima Yankee Delta.
Savior 6, it's approved.
Approved, Savior 6. Alright, that's approved, so here we go. Direct LYD.
Savior 6, as you come inbound towards the Lima Yankee Delta, you'll rejoin the control airspace there, and it'll be a radar control service.
Copy that, Savior 6. Alright, up to 5,000 feet there. We are nav track, so let's go ahead and do an IAS hold. Bump up the torque levers, power levers. We're back in, just want to verify, we are in nav mode. Correct, not heading mode anymore. Perfect. Bump it up. And here we go. I probably should have turned the prop sync off for that, but... Oof. Oh, yes. Even, look at that. Do any of you guys know what this big tower is over here? Is this a like a telecommunications tower or something? Maybe some of you local guys will know. Oh, that is a cool shot of the cliffs. Don't get quarantined on one of those cruise ships, though, if you can help it. Won't catch me on a cruise ship anytime soon. Motivs, you're attending pilot school soon? Any tips? Ah, man. My tip motive is stay focused, man. Don't get distracted. Don't get in those don't get involved with outside distractions. Stay focused on the task at hand. And you should be good to go, my friend. Let's go ahead and turn up some lights here. There we go. Level 5,000, direct Lima Yankee Delta. Perfect. 76 on the torque, we're 240 knots. As we get closer to him, we'll be back in controlled airspace. That is cool. Carta says most likely a comm cell tower. Oh, more 6-month badges. Rancooley, Carta. Yeah, man, those are looking nice. A TV radio tower, Peely. All right, man. Radio for the boats, you believe? Oh, that's possible. Especially since there's that huge port right there.
1271 for Eurowings 991, goodbye.
Alright, so as we get closer to Lima Yankee Delta, we should return radar contact. How's everything else doing? Make sure I'm not messing anything up over here. That's an auto. Environmental. That's an auto. Put that in auto. Vent blower in auto. Bleed air is normal.
Service continues at London 127.825. Goodbye.
127.825. Savior 6, thank you for your help.
Yeah. Lufthansa 2484, contact Heathrow direct to 19.725. Bye-bye.
Under control, Savior 6, level 5,000.
Lufthansa 2484, contact Heathrow direct to 119.725. Bye-bye.
Dimitri said, do you have enough Centurion to stay in the air during this madness? Man, it's... I think so. You know, I should be good, but who... Dimitri, honestly, it's really unknown right now, because 9/11 was about 30% cuts aboard. We're looking upwards of 70% cuts and drop in demand. Not necessarily cuts, but 70% drop in demand. So, who knows at this point, man? We're all kind of a little bit on edge to see what's coming, but it's pretty nuts. I hope we'll be good, man. If not, you guys are going to be seeing a whole heck of a lot more of me, that's for sure. Alright, I need to contact this guy again. Hey, London Control, Savior 6, level 5,000. Not hearing anything back. Hey, London Control Savior 6 radio check. I copy that, thanks. Ah, so that's what they were saying. He went offline, maybe. So that's when we got to use the Unicom 2285. Is that what it was? Alright, so, well, at least, alright, we'll just hang out then. Let me see my Sim Toolkit Pro, if it's got any centers on there as well. So where am I at? There I am on the map. Do you guys need to know what I need to do? I might just, I mean, I've had fun with it. I might just end it, just disconnect and then go direct myself. We'll see. You guys let me know. Should I just disconnect, then we can go direct and do our own little thing? We'll sightsee down the coast. Malcolm says, V1, are you a real pilot? Yes, sir, I am. If so, do you think 6'5" is too tall for a KingAir? Nah, man, I'm 6'1". I mean, it's tall, but you should still be okay. You should still be okay. I think. You'll be alright, man. Yeah, I'm 6'1". You'll be good. 1228 is Unicom. Let's check it out. So, can I just do whatever I want now if they're offline? Can I just fly down the coastline? Dean Michael says, yes, a very fun stream, V1. Nice change of pace. Like the KingAir 350, bought it some time ago, but have not spent any time with it. We'll have to take it out of mothballs. Yeah, Dean, I hear you, man. I haven't flown this plane in a while. I'm going to go heading mode here instead of flying out over the water. I don't see why not. If they're offline, let's do it. We're going to go heading mode, and it's beautiful. Oh, there's some more white cliffs down there. I love the KingAir 350. I really should fly it more. Really should fly it more. But, oof. I mean, just, I don't know what makes this, I don't know if it's the PBR, the 3D modeling, or what, but something about this KingAir just looks so good. So good. The external view. Thank you for the subscription there, Malcolm. Dean, Roshek says, I bet you feel a difference in a turbofan from a turboprop. Oh yeah, it's a little bit different, but I mean the KingAir 350 is no slouch. The KingAir 350 is a true beast. Aaron Cooley says I can do whatever I want. Sweet, man. Alright, well, down the coast we go. I'll probably violate some airspace, but I don't know. Oops. Dimitri says I used to fly the KingAir 350 almost daily, but ever since I got the Saab 340, KingAir's collecting a spider webs in the hangar. Really, Dimitri? Interesting that you say that. I've been eyeing those Saabs. The Carenado one I think I'm pretty much not going to get, just because we all know what to expect from Carenado. But, just look at this. Oh, that is cool. Interesting. I might have to check out the LAS Saab, Dimitri. You're not the first one I've heard mention it. Daniel Smith says, can we expect a 738 Ryanair stream to Prague? Pretty pleased with the cherry on top. We might, Daniel Smith. So the thing is, I really am limited on space and adding additional sceneries. Thank you, Sim Pilot. Appreciate it, man. But if there's good airport sceneries, I definitely don't have a problem flying in there. We just may have to deal with some default terrain, because I've pretty much orthoed and orbixed the entire US, and I'd hate to have to remove that to add Europe stuff, which I don't really fly in Europe too frequently. So as long as you guys can kind of be okay with some default scenery until we get to the airports, we should be good. Now, unless there's ortho packages already out there, then I don't see, I might be able to make some space. But to make my own ortho and stuff again, that's a whole nother rabbit hole I'd have to go down, which I really don't want to if I don't have to, especially with some of the things on the horizon. So, Carter says, "What a view there." I agree, man. Captain Cases, look at that water. I know, Dimitri. People are a fan of this this Lua water mod, man. That's your hometown, Paul? Awesome. Stan says the cliffs are a beachhead, a well-known suicide spot. Oof. Carter says the LES is much better, I think. Yeah, I would agree. Isn't the LES just a little bit older? I mean, it's been out for quite a while, right? I guess that was my fear, is that maybe it would be a little outdated. Let's get back towards the coastline. Wow. Oh. That is freaking sweet. Let's see, where are we at here on the map? You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to... oh, a little bit of a stutter there. Let's go ahead and pull up the box. Let's load up an arrival. Let's go EGHI and arrival. Here we go. And I know they're landing. Let's check out the winds real quick down there in Southampton. So they're variable at 3. All right, so we'll plan to land 20. ILS 20. Execute. Legs. CI20. So what I want to do now is direct EGI. Execute. Perfect. We'll put this back into nav mode. And then CI20. So what I'll do is, let's pull up the charts. We'll just kind of vector ourselves in, and then I guess we have to just do some Unicom communications just like we would if it was an untowered airport. So hopefully I can handle that. I do apologize if I'm violating airspace somewhere. I wish there was a way, and as far as I know, there's no way to pull up en route charts, actual en route charts in this tablet. Let me know if I'm correct in assuming that. I know I can pull them up online from Navigraph, but there's no way to pull them up in this chart viewer here. I may be wrong, so if I am, please let me know. But let's go ahead. EGHI Southampton. And we'll load up the charts. Oops, sorry. Arrival, airport, airport info. Do they have a comm wind runway since it's variable at 3? Probably not runway 2 though, because I know there's terrain and stuff, right? Runway is groove, low visibility. It's not. It's a beautiful day there. So, seems pretty good. Approach, ILS 20. The EAS. That's right over the field. So we'll pretty much just vector ourselves over to the airport. Or we could do an arrival. We'll see.
Ahead. Look up.
You just say follow the coastline? We could follow the coastline all the way in. What do I got a master caution on? Low fuel? We're getting a little bit close there. We should probably dial it back a little bit. Quiet cruise 1550. Yeah, we're only 13 minutes out though, so that's not bad. Not bad. Maybe I'll just go all the way up the coast. Let's descend and maintain 3,000. Let's enjoy the scenery while we can. We'll set 3,000 feet. Autopilot. I keep bringing up the wrong one. I want that one. We'll do an IAS descent again. Use those torque levers, power levers. I just like going down this coastline here. That's kind of a cool shot. Thank you, Stefan, for the subscription, man. I missed it. Thank you. Carter says there's a U.S. Airways livery in the LES. Just to... Oh, wow. Oh, boy. All right. Dougal says there's a big VFR situation happening for Simwings. Excellent, Dougal. Now that I know how to do the VATSIM thing a little bit here, I would love to take part. Hopefully it'd be a day that I'm available. But if you guys haven't already, I know we've talked about it before on this channel, check out the Simwings project. It's off to a pretty good start. Good afternoon, Soul. Welcome. Soul, I was just talking earlier about the... I assume, is this the same Soul that did the interview? If it was, welcome to the channel, man. And also, I was saying earlier that I had a great time on the interview. It was a lot of fun. And I definitely have a link for it. I don't know... Is it still up there? I'll paste it again for you guys that wanted to check out the interview. So where are we at now? Let's look at the maps. So Brighton. Over Brighton. Okay. This is... I'm learning so much geography out here. I kind of want to go left over the coastline more, but... Yeah, you know what? Let's continue going down the coastline. What the heck? What the heck, man? Let's enjoy the scenery while we got it. Flyby time. Blue Games, what's up, man? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome on board, Blue. 43 miles out. How's our fuel? We're okay. We are a little bit low. Might have been an oopsie on my pre-flight. I didn't account for the orbiting around... Oh, that is so beautiful. I didn't account for the orbiting around the cliffs over there. Soul, yes I am. I had a great time too. Really appreciate you coming on. Magnus said it was the best podcast yet. Soul, that's awesome, man. Really appreciate it. Again, guys, if you haven't, there's a link in chat. It was a fantastic podcast. I had a great time. I just listened to it today again to make sure I didn't say anything silly, but I think I was able to hold my own a little bit. But two great guys running it, XP 1972 and Soul. It was fantastic. I look forward to hopefully maybe doing it again in the future on another topic. So I'm thinking, guys, for the next flight, we might take another prop of some sort, maybe a piston, maybe a turboprop, and then we're going to go into Bristol Airport. I've got the ORBX Bristol, and we're going to go into Bristol, and then from Bristol, we're going to pick up our jet traffic again. We might be in an EasyJet, we might be in another livery, but we should be back in the Airbus here pretty soon. And I'm going to need flight suggestions. So if you guys have an idea of a good route that's not too long and you want to put it in the Discord as we kind of fly our way through Europe, feel free to put it in the chat. And I might even make a channel for it. I don't think I have a Euro Tour channel. But if I haven't already at the end of the stream, I'll make a specific channel where if you guys have a good route that you want me to fly, I'll definitely take a look at it. No guarantee that I will be able to do it. But it helps me because, like I said, I'm very unfamiliar with the geography and topography around here, and I like flying into challenging airports and, you know, away from the famous ones like Innsbruck. We're definitely going to do Innsbruck. But I like to hear your suggestions that you guys, for all you that are very familiar with it. How often do I fly VFR? Blue, in the sim world, not very often. You know, I've done a couple piston videos. I've done some pistons to jets where we do one VFR leg and a piston or something, then pick up IFR in an Airbus or something. But it's just a nice break. I like to do this every now and then. I have a very soft spot in my heart for the KingAir itself. I really love this airplane. And it was time to bust it out of the hangar for sure. I've been neglecting it. But it still flies like a dream. It still flies like I remember. Carter says, Neo Sleazy Jet. Ah, Carter, you're onto something, man. You're onto something with the Neo. Again, Carta, another shout out to you, man, for really helping people with the Neo mod and putting out the tutorial video. I know you're. It's basically a full-time job for Carta. Every time I log into the Discord, there's about 500 unread messages that I have, and Carta's always in there helping people, and not just Carta. There's a lot of guys helping out too. Really appreciate that, guys, from all of you. A Brazilian flight. Ooh. Daniel says if you decide to fly Ryanair, Daniel, don't worry, man. We're definitely going to do Ryanair. And I know what livery you're talking about, but I hear you, man. Ryanair will happen. We will be on the ZIBO. Maybe we have to take a Ryanair ZIBO into London City. You know? I'm going to have to try to redeem myself. Flight Deck to Sim is still the king of London City Airport. He's got the, what was it, 93 or something feet per minute landing? Granted, I almost went off the frickin' runway there on our stream, but I'll take a 130. I'll definitely take a 130. I rewatched that footage, and I know exactly where I went wrong. Is I got caught sleeping, and I should have been at VREF, or sorry, V-approach, before I begun the descent on the glide slope capture. Now, the 321 that told us it captured the glide slope way earlier than I thought. We still had almost a full-scale deflection, and it started to it went into capture mode, which I thought was kind of interesting watching the replay. But that's what caused me to be extra fast. The 319 is definitely, I said 321, I meant 319. The 319 that we have is not supposed to be able to do steep approaches. It doesn't have that steep approach capability. But it was worsened, the situation was worsened by the fact that I was selected speed 160 or whatever, and the airplane nosed over for the glide slope. I should have been at VAP before I even started down. So I'll just chalk that up to having a couple cocktails and a 7-hour stream. But that was a lot of fun. If you guys haven't already, check the replay at the very least. I thought for sure we were going off the end of the runway. Alright, let's take a look, see where we are here. I got low fuel left and right now. Alright, this is enough fun. We need to go direct to the airport. We need to go direct to the airport now, guys. It's time. Execute that nav mode. Here we go. 29 miles out. I don't know why I'm only doing 150 knots. I just got a little distracted there. Alright, we're direct to the airport now. I hope we have enough fuel. 10 minutes. Yeah, 400 pounds. I definitely did not take advantage of the sim brief pre-flight planning there. Michael, what's going on, man? He says, hey, V1, when you get on an airline, are you able to choose which aircraft you get type rated on, or does the company choose? It'll kind of depend company to company, but essentially it's going to be a seniority-based decision. So everything in the airlines is based on seniority. What seniority is your time of, or your date of hire. Let's say I get hired on a Monday, you get hired on a Friday of the same week. I have a higher seniority number. Now, obviously, that goes in months, not weeks. It's a month of hire or a year of hire. And, well, no, it actually does go down to the day, but nevertheless. So if you have the higher seniority, you're always going to get your choice over the guy below you. So as long as you have the seniority to hold a certain aircraft, you can bid it and fly it. There really is no... That's how it works in the U.S. And I'm pretty sure it's the same way around the world. Cardiff says you probably want to do the ORBX airports. So I noticed that you know, Cardiff, Edinburgh, all those. Now, I know they're all... Is there a package for ORBX airports, or do you have to get them individually? Is there a package? Because I've been looking at some of the airports, and some of the airports ORBX do is fantastic. Aleem, you're 15 minutes behind me. Awesome, man. Please go slower. Aleem, I really can't, man. I'm doing 64% torque here. I'll bring it back to 59. But I'm at 220 knots, and we don't have a lot of fuel to play with. I don't want to end up flaming out here. But we are approaching Southampton. There's Portsmouth there. Let's go ahead and go airports. And we're doing the ILS 20 via EAS, right? So I can see myself on the map there. I'll join on a final for 20. Matter of fact, what we will do, let's go ahead and just set it up now. We'll just go direct the CI-20 execute. And let's do a quick briefing here. We've got nav mode, we're turning, perfect. So the approach is going to be 110.75. Let's go ahead and throw that in the radio nav here. 110.75. 110.75 on the FO side. Set up twice, perfect. Now I don't know if I'm supposed to change my squawk code or remain on the last beacon code from VATSIM. But that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that little VATSIM stint we had there while the center was online. I'm gonna have to do this again. I might have to cheat and go back to the States for a stream or two just to try some VATSIM stuff in New York during rush hour. All right, 110.75. The final approach course is 200 degrees. DA is 244. So we'll set that, kind of hard to see there in the PFD. We'll set 250. Runway is 44 feet above the ground. MSA is 2300 around the EAS, which is the Southampton VOR. Interesting, they're both called Southampton. Oh, Southampton MDB and Southampton VOR. Ah, I see. All right, I'm learning. There's a VOR and an NDB with the same name. Cool. I'll make a radio call here, make sure no one's on the ground. Southampton traffic, Savior 6, KingAir 350, about 15 miles to the east-southeast inbound for straight in 20. So we'll just make a little radio call like we would if we were going into untowered airport. I'll go ahead and get the landing lights on as we're below 10,000 feet. Auto feather should have been armed. Auto ignitions are armed. Everything else looks good there. No need for any other anti-ice other than the Hot 5. You can buy the South Central and North that come with the airports. Oh, so the Central North, they come with the airports? Do I have a say in which aircraft you fly? Like, could you say you want to fly Airbus over Boeing? Yes, O'Connor Hill, absolutely, man. If you got the seniority, man. And if you got the seniority, definitely. Michael says, I'm glad I found this channel. I'm an Airbus fanatic and can fly the Aerosoft series religiously on FSX. It's a dream of mine to take the left seat in a bus one day. Michael, well, don't stop dreaming, man. Don't stop dreaming. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. And I'm glad you're enjoying the Airbus, man. Definitely. Airbus is a good bird. All right, we're 10 miles out. We need to slow this sucker down. And I think we need to be at 2,000, right? 1,800 even if we wanted to. So let's go ahead and set 2,000. Down we go. IIS descent. Throttles coming. Thrust levers. Power levers. Jeez, I'm all over the place now. Let's go ahead and bump those pops up 1,600 or so. Coming down like a freaking brick. I love this plane, man. Level 2,000. How's our fuel? We're still alright. We'll let that... We'll hold about 180 knots or so here. Remain on your code, monitor 122 point. Thank you, Stuart. Appreciate it, man. Trying to figure out where my other views are. Oh, yeah. Yes, I am on 122.8, Aleem. Blue Game says there's a KingAir 350 mod with the Avitab modeled in cockpit. Really? I might have to look at that. Stuart says I bought South and I got the airports. Okay. John Dela Cruz, thank you for the subscription, man. Roger Moore says, hey V1, I really enjoyed the long haul. I was clenching at the end of the runway. Liked the idea of the ZIBO return to the city. Didn't understand the coffin corner comments. If you can explain when in the bus. Yeah, man, so coffin corner, you know, I'll definitely have to talk about it more when I'm in the Airbus. It'll be easier for you guys to visualize. But essentially, what coffin corner is a small window between overspeed and stalling, essentially. So you have a very narrow window of flight envelope at high altitudes. And we'll talk about that more probably on another flight, maybe on the long haul back to the States. But that's what coffin corner refers to, is that window, that flying envelope between overspeed and stall speed. And that window will get narrower depending on weight and atmospheric conditions, but essentially altitude as well. The higher the altitude, the coffin corner is going to get smaller and smaller. All right, we're 3 miles from CI-20. Let's arm approach mode. Approach armed. I'm curious to see how it does on this capture, because we're at a 90 degree, almost a 90 degree intercept, over 90 degrees. Let's see if it will do a lead turn. We'll see if it leads us in or if it's just going to overshoot. Either way, we'll just turn off all the automation and hand flat. I can see the runway over there. Well, I'm curious to see how it responds. Dimitri says, sounds like someone needs some KingAir checklists out. Yeah, Dimitri, I should have pulled it out. I wasn't doing anything really by the book. Excuse me, by the book today, but I just wanted to enjoy a little chill stream. I don't even know how to get back to it. Takeoff, rolling, climb. We probably should do approach. As required, fuel balances check, pressurization, cabin size, vent or bleed air low. Cabin signs on, cabin conditions secure, exterior lights as required, landing data review, approach being complete, and that's all set. Perfect. Before landing, gear, speeds, lights, radar, surface DIs, perfect. Before landing, checks complete. I love turboprops, man. It's so simple. Final items: gear, pressurization, flaps, yaw damper off, prop levers, idle, full forward on the props. After touchdown, not a problem. We can do all that. There's our approach. There's the runway. I'm gonna hand fly it. I'm gonna turn my track IR on. I'm going to disconnect everything here. And I probably should have stabilized the airplane before I disconnected everything. That's alright. Spin the heading bug around. I see the runway down there. Southampton at traffic, Singer 6, KingAir 350 on a 5-mile final, 20. Alright, let's go ahead and get that set up. There's 2000, missed approach to 2300. Is set. Flaps approach. Trim it down a little bit. Definitely got that balloon effect going on here, pushing forward on the yoke. Let's go gear down as well, because I can't reach the silent button, so I'm just going to lower the gear early. We're coming back on speed. Now, I find this KingAir lands much better with flaps approach than full down, especially when we're super light like this, but I'm going to leave him at approach. Let's bring those props up. Alright, gear down, 3 green, flaps approach, lights. Leave the ice light off. Oh boy, we're way low. Shouldn't technically climb on an approach if you get low, just level off, but I looked up and I saw 4 reds there. There we go, we're back on it. Whoa, with the wind there. Alright, I haven't done a KingAir landing in very long. Flaps full. That might have been a bad idea, we'll see. Oh boy. Oh boy. Dropped out of me there. That was ugly. Dropped out of me. Ballooned it. That's alright. I'll take it for the first KingAir landing, and I don't know when's the last time we flew this airplane. Drop him into beta fine now as we decelerate. 206. Yeah, that was not my prettiest KingAir landing for sure. Go ahead and kill track IR now. I love hearing these props in beta, so we're going to open the windows. Alright, flaps come up, lights off. I should take the KingAir through the Mach loop. You're not the first person that's asked that. I might have to do it. The lads at Mojang, I might have to do it, man. You're not the first person that's asked me. Oh man, we left prop sync on the whole flight. Yeah, that's busted now. Did I run out of speed there, Captain? Yeah, Dimitri, I did, man. I probably should have just kept the flaps at approach. I thought I was pretty stable, and then I dropped full flaps there, pretty close in, and I think that destabilized my approach there. If I were to critique that, we almost freaking smashed. So I'll be happy with the 200 after that. I love hearing those props in beta. Oh, just makes me happy. We'll go down to where the FedEx is parked down there at the end of the ramp. Aleem says I should wait and see your landing in 15 minutes. That's a little long, man. I'm sorry, dude. Next time. Now that I know the VATSIM's working, we might do some more group flying stuff. We might attempt to do some group flights here in the future. Alright, we'll go down here to... We are Royal Navy, so let's park next to that police car there. We'll take the next left. Alright, clear left. I'm not going to look right. Hopefully my FO looked for me. Kill the taxi light. Brake set. All right, environmentals off. And avionics master power switches off. Generators. Inverters. And idle cutoff. Oh, I left the auto feather on. Wow, I botched that hardcore. Left the auto feather on, left the auto ignition on. That was not how you shut it down. Now here's the thing though, she's not feathering on me. Why aren't you feathering on me? Doesn't sound like it's feathering. Sounds like they're spinning down on flat pitch. All right. Beta is the point of no thrust. That is correct. It's essentially a flat pitch on your propellers. All right, let's go ahead and disconnect from VATSIM. Aleem, I apologize, bud. Won't be able to see your landing there because I want to do my replay, and I don't think you're supposed to do replays in VATSIM, right? So I'll go ahead and disconnect from the network. All right. Let's do a replay of that. Plugins, get rid of Real View because that will definitely crash with Track IR on. Put you into replay mode. Whoa. That's not a good scene. We'll just leave it in that scene for now. And replay. Let's take a look at that. All right, we'll watch it from here first. Cockney Johnson's another great video, plus some of my most favorite coastlines. Excellent, dude. I love that. I'm loving this ORBX scenery. We're gonna have a lot more flying around here, and I think I'm gonna really try to incorporate some low-level flying in between the jet routes that we fly, because I think to really appreciate this ORBX scenery, you got to get down low, not necessarily slow, but get down low level and really enjoy what we got here. Dimitri says you had that no feathering issue on previous instance too. Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I know the shutdown procedure wasn't right there. I'm trying to think though. If anything, it should have feathered it immediately because the auto feather wasn't armed. But I don't know. I had some of the switches in the incorrect position there for shutdown, but I don't know if they would inhibit that feathering. I don't know if that's a new bug or something. Yeah, that looked hard, and the wing does not really flex that much. That looks pretty aggressive to me. Let's check it from the other side here. I gotta figure out what's going on with this replay view here. There we go. Fixed it. Oh. Ooh. Oh man, that was hard. Ouch. That was hard. Let's take a look outside. We almost actually had a really nice one there. Oh, that was hard though. Oh, listen to that sound. That's right, we're Navy, right? We're used to landing on the carrier. We're used to landing on the carrier. Oh my goodness, dropped out. See, that was a save right there. That was a near smash these struts through the wings here. Yeah, that would have been really bad. We were able to save that. Probably should have done a go-around. Catch the 3-wire, 4-wire. Probably bolted on that one. A little off center line as well. But hey, I haven't landed this thing in months. Let's take a look at the tower view. Look at that one. But the sounds, even in replay, are fantastic. Dan Smith says landing could have been worse. Yeah, definitely could have been worse, man. That first impact, that would have shoved the struts through the frickin' nacelles. But coming in, I still love that KingAir. 3 lights in the front, near crash landing there, float it out, drop it down. I'll just say Phantom 320 was flying. We'll just blame it on the FO. We'll just blame it on the FO, man. Alright guys, you know that sound. It's about that time. I know it's a little bit shorter stream, but I was just kind of testing the water, so it was kind of a test flight for me to see how VATSIM worked, see how my ORBX seater and everything was loading up. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I know it wasn't the smoothest start. It took a while to get off the ground, but now that I feel a little bit more confident in how VATSIM works, expect to see it in the future. Really appreciate y'all hanging out with me on this lovely Monday afternoon. I hope to see you all again very soon here on the V1 channel. Until then, guys, I will catch you next time. See ya!